Hello, I'm John Barboza from Life Enriching Hypnosis, and this is Hypnotism 101. Have you ever thought about doing something and life seems to get in the way, and you prolong getting started or completing a project or a goal, and the next thing you know, months or years go by, and that thing that you wanted to do sort of gets lost in the shuffle and never materializes? You may find that this happens far too often, and if this is something that happens more often than not, it might be a good idea to take a moment and reevaluate what it is that's causing this to occur. I think a huge factor that plays a significant role in this occurrence is the fact that talking ourselves out of starting a project or completing one is far more easier than remaining steadfast and focused on completing the goal or dream. You might have this idea, and as you think about it and the steps involved, you suddenly realize that it's going to be a very time-consuming project that may even give you feelings of being an unreachable dream or idea that all of a sudden feels more overwhelming than enjoyable or believable. And the next thing you know, you give up either before you even get started or somewhere down the line after initiating the project or goal. A lot of times, it's the negative internal dialogue that you give yourself that continues to formulate a self-limiting belief system that continues to agree with this negative self-talk and persuades you to call it quits. The key to not letting this happen is to be aware and not let it take shape, to dismantle it before it even has a chance to invade your thoughts. So one day I was making one of these videos, last minute, and after completing the entire process of writing a script, recording the video, and editing it, I realized that the audio and video were off. The movement of my mouth and actions were not equal to what you were hearing. I ran across this a few times in the past and just ended up re-recording the video and everything was okay. So that's what I decided to do this time around. I recorded the entire video again, and as I went through the process of editing, the same thing was happening. After recording the video 3 times and ending up with the same results, my frustration level had peaked. I took a moment to try and figure out where exactly the problem was coming from. Was it coming from my recording device or was it coming from the editing software? After looking at several things, I realized it was the editing software, and now I had to figure out how to fix it. I am definitely in the high percentage range of not being very literate when it comes to computers, but being persistent at figuring out and trying different things, it began to make a little more sense to me, and suddenly I was able to make some time-consuming adjustments that fixed the problem. I was irritated and tired because it took me 8 hours to complete a project that should have taken me an hour and a half. But I was happy that I figured it out and learned how to resolve this issue so that when or if it happens again, I'll be more prepared. There were moments where I just wanted to give up and not submit a video that day. It would have been so much more easier, but giving up would have left me feeling a lot worse than sticking with it and dealing with the overwhelming frustration. So, if you're looking to make some changes in your life, whether it's stopping smoking, losing weight, completing a project, or starting one, know that there may be obstacles that will force you to make a few adjustments and even move you in the direction of abandoning an idea altogether. If you stick to your guns and stay on track and fill yourself with positive self-talk and commitment, you'll realize that every step that you take while working on a project or yourself is what makes completing the process that much more powerful, rewarding, and undeniably satisfying. I'm John Barboza, and this is Hypnotism 101.